Well, we made a lot of progress. Let me grab my tablet real quick. We made a lot of progress last night. And working on it all morning, so we are carving a big old tree using an ethical styrene foam, combining that in a styrofoam. Yeah. So far, used little hot knives, hot wires, and chainsaw. I'm just kind of following. Some of the here. Things. It is home. All doing. Just giving this a little character. Just kind of laying out some natural lines. I'm not trying to go super whimsical. But just enough. We'll come back. And hit it with this. Are you going to snip or tip or leave the sheath? Yeah. All the styrofoam ends up in the environment. No. Everything's in close my little shop here. We rake everything up and throw it away. Or we're not doing it outside. And this, it's just light, taking light pieces off, so it's not like super fine dust or anything. Way to go, Daniel. Never trust those, though. Trust me from experience. Joshua. Thank you. Sammy, you're hilarious. What are you making? We're making a big fake tree. That goes around a existing pole for a roller coaster in town. We live in Sevierville, Tennessee, right next to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So this is going to an existing project that we've been doing. This is one of 5 trees. This is the smallest of them all too. So this one is about 8 foot tall. It does look like snow. Let me know if there's like the brush in the microphone, if it's too close. I got it like adjusted as much as I can, so hopefully kind of cuts out some of that noise. I'm just so we started out with a big 3 foot by 3 foot square block, and then cut it round, obviously like a tree. And all I'm doing right now is just taking the sports brush and just kind of finding the flow of the tree. So I'm not like forcing anything. I'm just trying to give it just enough detail there. But with foam carving, you got to carve deeper because by the time you add your hard coats and stuff, you do lose some of that. So from here, we'll do this all the way around, up, down, and then what we'll do from here is I'll come back with a sander and I'll sand everything pretty smooth as I can. And we'll add some more detail there. I might put a little bear or a little animal somewhere. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, right now we're just finding the flow. It's not a phallic symbol. It's the same thing like when you carve fish. It gets that way at first. Trying to go really whimsical. Trying to make it as realistic as possible. Do you know what you're doing? No. Here, what are you putting on the window? I do this on the weekends myself. That's awesome. Looks great. Can't wait to see it painted up. Me too. Putting on the. It is a tree. Crazy comments today. No, we're all one. I get it. gonna look weird for a minute. No, it's not snow. It's styrofoam. It's crazy today. It's so funny. So just finding the natural flow of the tree. Y'all crazy. Crazy. Is it super loud on the microphone when I'm doing that? If it is, I'll just put it over. Is that all right? Check my microphone. Not terrible. How's it going?
We don't need snow.
I don't want it.
We don't need it.
I don't want it. It's a mess. Oh, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm making projects.
Yeah. Well,
Come along.
it is. Tree trunk, right?
Yeah. It's the smallest of the five.
Smallest.
Only like 20 feet.
Yeah.
I'll do it in sections and hopefully
I'd like to know how you're gonna take and get it attached and get it up.
I've had a bunch of different ideas. And even started making this box. I was going to glue the foam to and do this and do that. And yesterday, it was just not working out. Why don't I just carve the tree? It's like a hot wire. Cut it in half, take it out, use some dowels, set a bunch of weight. And,
That didn't work?
that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see.
I would say, yeah, I would attach two pieces together, take them over, and then put your top in place first, and then your bottom, lift it up, and your bottom will be. I'm assuming you with the hot.
The hot knife. Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna get it all carved out and come in.
Okay.
And then I bought for concrete post. It's the same diameter as the hole. Nah, it's like a cardboard form. So I'll cut it out and we'll dig it out, make sure the form fits in there, and then in theory, it should just go.
We all know how theory goes.
In theory. So we'll see.
You got a regular muscle out with the chainsaw.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this stuff makes it.
I took out the pumpkins and I brought some like entertainment type plates over. Let's see if they go.
Yeah, it's been a little this weather hasn't helped us at all. So it's just from a couple people, it's from
I'd be really surprised if we don't. If we're not slow until it starts snowing.
So what?
I said I bet you we're slow until it starts snowing.
Yeah, usually Christmas and New Year's is a good big push. And then after that, we got people wise, get money out to fix them. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so we use the shim's there and like the bigger section, and then so the car's back in. And honestly, I'm sure it's just far away from it, and it was there. Maybe that doesn't too. And some signs.
Well, I won't keep you there.
Oh, you're good.
You got plenty on your plate, I think.
Yeah. I'm just kind of getting into the
I took your advice. I'm slowly adding my stuff from my book onto my computer. I should be done by the middle part of next year.
Yeah, I know you got a lot more pieces than I do. I'm working on that for next year too, just to be able to have like finger set up. What the hell are you doing?
Well, it's like I was telling Kevin, I said, when Christmas is over, I'm going over to the studio and I'm pulling everything out. Everything's going to get tag marked and priced. And it's going to go back on the shelf. And it's also going to be put in the computer. But I got to catch up with my numbers before I can do all that.
You get a lot of these.
I said, how many pieces do you think I have? Do you think I have 1,000? And Kevin goes, nah, you don't have that. I said, oh, I'm up to 200 or something already. And I just barely got started.
Yeah, I never had that problem.
So I said, how many people have? Because I don't have any clue.
I did a handful last week. Playing a little more.
Well, you also gotta do it.
Yeah,
Everybody's doing pottery.
everybody gets something. Sometimes. I'm too busy. We're not picking up presents and stuff.
Yeah, we're not either. We've got that a few years ago. Yeah, Grandkids got to be older and it became a chore more than a joy. It used to be the mom pottery and all, and maybe not be I put in new candles and I moved the wafers off to the top.
Yeah, I got some. I'm trying to fill that in, like, into the town, but that's what you put on it.
I put the balloon ball back in that.
I haven't been a better about there.
I just moved them on to like a recycling garden. I would think those would probably be good. We've gone way beyond that point. I have friends who are talking about whole war stuff again, so yeah.
It's gonna work.
So that'll work, yeah.
I don't.
I hope not. I hope that
Yeah. I just feel this like. I just feel this
everybody knows about this. They think about who you're talking about. They say, well, what are you selling again? We party. And, oh, I know. I thought, did you see this thing? Yeah, I see this thing.
beautiful day. box.
Yeah, bro.
These wooden signs, the big ones right on the other side of the wall right here.
Yeah.
What's the price on that?
Over here.
Welcome with the bear paw.
Oh, I wonder if I can stick this up here. Okay, it's in there. Customer stop by. I'm gonna get rid of this tablet. Sticks right up. Okay. We're just getting basic form. Things are naturally coming together. Using this 3-ring, 4-ring horse brush. Doing some shit. So we'll come back in. Get finished up. You come back with sandpaper. Lift this up a little higher. And you're probably gonna have some pieces on the bottom. Don't really make this elongated. Okay, we're not trying to go stupid and I'm looking for a little bit speed. So with that, a bark. So I just make up an old tree. This big. So it'll be a little different than this. This will be covering it, and then when you all would mix in, I might have a little bear coming out of the knot. And get some holes. Really good. Right now we're just letting it naturally flow. I'm not trying to force anything. Look at trees, especially towards the bottom if there is any kind of erosion. It'll be a little heavier down there. It'll lighten up a little bit. So, and this brown, black accent. That's not crazy, okay? Oh. I didn't have my microphone on me. So, yeah, we'll just keep forming this thing around. We're going to bring that baker's scaffolding around here. And work our way around. So. Yeah. Yep. Y'all are funny today. Staying off the grid. Somebody staying off the grid. Do you not have any internet? How's that work? Well, appreciate you hanging out.
No comments, Susan. All right.
Man, everybody hates today. we are working on a big project. So we use typically we're chainsaw. I'm a chainsaw carver. So I own a shop in Sevierville, Tennessee called Fat Bob's Wood Co. Obviously, you're on the page here, Fat Bob's Wood Co. This particular project we're working on for a local, we call them mountain coasters. So like those alpine coasters that like, it's like a roller coaster in the mountain. So in the main entrance of it, there's 5 big poles that hold the track up. This is the smallest of them. So what we're doing is we're carving a tree to make it look like the track's kind of coming through the trees. And what we finally decided, or what I finally came up with the other day, was we're going to carve the whole tree, cut it in half, dig it out, and then the poles that are there, just going to encapsulate it, glue it together, run some dowels and some stuff in it, go from there. So base of it, we start, these blocks come in, they're 4x8 sheets by 3.5 foot thick. These big blocks of, it's called ethyl polystyrene or EPS. A name brand version of it is styrofoam, but that's a whole different thing, whole different company. But with the EPS, we use as a base, and we'll use 2-part hardeners and a couple different things to seal everything off, give it strength. There's all kinds of stuff. So we'll use this. This is like, just think of it as a form. You know, it's just the base. And then the hard coats is when all the real big detail and stuff coming in. It's a little opposite than normally working with wood, right? And so when you do carve EPS, I gotta force myself to push in deeper than I normally would. And reason being, as you add those hard coats and stuff, you know, it's all layered up, and so you're gonna lose some of that. So this will be a mixture of like a dead standing tree is the look we're kind of going for. So this was just a concept for bark. It's not 100%, but this will give you an idea. Let's see. Give you a little texture. So then we'll use just expanding foam from that. Come back in, sand it down. That way it's not so bubbly looking. But we'll kind of run that all the way up with some bare spots missing. So you can kind of imagine bark, tree, all painted up, ready to go. That's what we're going on. Good one. We cut this down to 3 foot by 3 foot square. See a little bit on the bottom. And yesterday I was on here cutting the big chunks off of it. And so today we're going to go and give it some finer detail and then go through the whole process. I've just been hopping on lives. I haven't been on in a while. I've been hopping on lives, and what I'm just going to do is just take videos, cut it up, and make other videos out of it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So it's fun. I mean, it's like a whole different process than chainsaw carving. Excuse me. So it's a little more like an intimate carve, if that makes any sense, because you're just right there with it the whole time. I'll show you. A little preview. It's a new camera coming in. This one's not super great, but it's working. So we started out with hot knives, hot wires, electric chainsaw, and what I've been using just now, wherever I put it, is a horse brush, like a legit horse brush. Where did I put that thing? And it works great. It's probably my favorite tool for the foam, whatever it is. From there, use this little rasp. It's a little finer. So we'll kind of sand things down a little finer. And then I'll even take sandpaper. Sand the whole thing down. Well, and that'll allow us to kind of dig in some of these convolutions a little deeper. The horse brush is pretty aggressive on this, so it has a tendency to rip. Versus sand. So like I said, we'll use hot wires, big chunks, electric chainsaw, kind of smooth things out. And we'll smooth it all out. Let's see, we'll move it in. So you can see just that little bit of sanding through here, the difference in the material. I mean, obviously you're sanding it, but we're looking at, I mean, trees are smooth, right? So we're gonna smooth out all these ridges and valleys, follow it all the way up. And right now I'm gonna work on getting the base a little more texture. Let's throw something on. It is a mess for sure. There's no way around it. I am salt and foam. It's good for the environment. It's coming along. Oh. I'll grab a grinder and see what it does. I haven't tried this yet. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully I slow it down to be just enough. I'm not mad at it. So I kind of like that. See how it's giving it a little texture within that. It's got like these little weathered looks. So I think that's gonna actually work good. And I'm just gonna run all the wood grain. We'll run it straight up. So even like with these little wisps and stuff like that, should put it all together nicely. Hopefully I can get rid of the boxy bottom. That's the only thing that's driving me nuts a little bit. But I think maybe that brush is all gonna look good. I think even when I slightly sand it, yeah, I like it. Because we very easily could have just smoothed all that out and it would look fine. But I think I'm gonna go probably a little more aggressive with the brush. Excuse me. Because when we hard coat and fill coat these things, you're gonna lose a lot of that. I think once I put the filler on there, it looks good. I like it. It's got a grain to it. Let me see if it'll pick it up. A little more of a grain. How's it going? See how we have all these little convolutions in here? So we're just working our way deeper and deeper. So I think that'll give a nice weathered look. The bark on there will look cool too. Yeah. I think I'm gonna grab I'll grab something to drink real quick. Enjoy the tree for a minute.
Yeah, I'm digging this.
No. I'll tell you what, this weather here in East Tennessee has not been super awesome. It's been real gray. Oh, I keep staring at my tablet. It's been real gray and dreary and cold and wet. It just makes me like blah feeling, you know. I don't mind the cold as long as the sun's shining. So, you know, we made a little bit faster progress than I honestly originally anticipated. I might even take that brush and just push it in a little deeper. I guess I'll do. I might lay it flat though. Instead of coming here and just doing this all day. Like, I'd rather do like this and let the weight of the grinder just kind of guide it, you know. I do feel like it needs like a little like a little branch kind of coming out, and then we'll dig a hole. We'll carve a bear in it. Yeah. Finish the cigarette, and then I'll put on a mask for this though, because a little nasty. All right. Let's see. Let's find some motivating music. Oh, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Wait, sit down.
We're doing it.
A little busy, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so you have a
Come
good one.
on. It is a mess for sure. It's getting there. That brush is really adding like some nice character to it. Oh man. Woo! I love it.
One time. coming off styrofoam, man. No kidding. Yeah, it's got a little crazy. This is one block, and if you can only see the amount of these beads, that's 6-8 inches tall, plus all the big pieces. So I'll probably move this piece out, give everything a quick clean, push it back in so we're not tripping over everything. I thought somebody was here. I probably look like a crazy person just then. Man, this worked way better than I thought it was going to. Let's see if we can get a little better lighting. Oh yeah. See all these awesome. Man, it really gives some cool character. I'll do that same process with wood. I just turn the speed way down, and it's just a nylon brush. It's original design, Mr. Truck beds. I was trying to get a lot of the loose pieces off. So it could have gone a little heavier. Or maybe I missed that completely. I missed that completely. I was trying different techniques as I was doing it. Yeah, I missed this whole top section. So I noticed if I held it a certain way and let the weight do the work. Versus if I pushed or pulled it. I gotta hit this high spot before I forget. Off of here. That's the whole section of it. All right. Need that real quick. Oh, I wear my glasses so much. Thought I had them on. As soon as I hit that wheel, that shot me right in the face. Golly. Yeah, I'm just digging all this. This is the first fake tree out of styrofoam I've ever made. It's been a fun process, I'll tell you that. Didn't quite know where to go and how to get there. But just sometimes you just start and it'll find its way. I'm so glad I tried that wire brush trick. Does that change the whole piece? Now we got a good base to start. Got a real good base. Such a cool character to it now. I mean, this was a block. You know what I'm saying? Just a regular block of EPS. I wonder what that does. Sometimes in art, a lot of times in art, you gotta kind of sit back and just look at it. Yeah, I think it's got great natural flow to it. Nothing looks forced in the wood grain. West Coast Wood Butcher. Yep, it's gonna be a tree. Expedited version or condensed version of it. It's going on. There's 5 trees. This is the smallest. It's going to a local roller coaster here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We're gonna cut it in half. The posts that hold the coaster up, these are gonna wrap around the post, make it look like the coaster's kind of coming through the trees, or that the trees are holding the coaster up, if you will. So now from here, we could add, I don't even want to say add some knots, but we can dig in some holes. We could add some bears or raccoons. The other trees themselves will have bears hanging on them and stuff like that. And so we've already delivered about 15 of them. And this is the hardest part of the process, and we're way behind schedule. But up until yesterday, I wasn't 100% solidified in designing. It changed a handful of times, but I think this is the best route. So the blocks that I get, they're 4 by 8 by 3-ish foot thick. So just 4 by 8-ish by 3-ish foot thick. They're all a little different. This one's 8 foot. One of the trees is like 12 foot. The 2 biggest ones are around 20, just from my rough estimate. So it could be 22 feet, could be 19 foot. The nice thing about the way we're doing it now is you can get it up there. I can cut it if I need to, reseal everything. We're good to go. So I'm going to cut it in half. We're going to dig it out so it'll encapsulate the pole. And then we'll use like some dowels and glue, suck everything together. And it's awesome. So it's not adding a ton of weight to anything. These things don't weigh much. The whole block itself weighs like 87 pounds. So you're probably 50 pounds, maybe a little heavier. I don't know, 50 pounds though. But yeah, just been trying to. I know, even with my wood carving, like on certain orders and stuff, like I know what I want it to look like. I just got to figure out what tool's going to get me there, and so I think we found a good combination. I'm genuinely pretty pleased with how everything's coming out. Make tree sometimes for sage, chicken wire, newspaper. Paint goes a long way. I imagine me covered in fiberglass. Bro, get back to work. Yeah, okay. No, we're not. So I did do a bear Um, I did do a bear. I detailed everything out, and then I did do fiberglass on it. I didn't really like it. Lost a lot of detail, and it was honestly probably one of the better proportion bears I've made. Just stands and all that stuff I got sitting over there. I mean, we detailed the claws and everything. And I know I could have got like some chopped glass and done some other things like that. But this company I found, it's out of Wisconsin, I believe. It's Volatile Free, the name of the company. They make a 2-pound or 2-part epoxy that goes into a spray gun, and that's the hard coat. So very strong, impact resistant, fireproof, not fire resistant. Lays on nice, pretty expensive, but it's you can apply it directly to foam, and yeah, it's cool. It's a cool product. How do you seal the foam? Never mind, got it. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I got actually. Here's the tubes. So it comes like that, and then the applicator. I'll grab it for you so you can see it. Now I had to buy a bigger compressor. You need a decent sized compressor to run it. Oh. Oh. Oh no. I burnt my lunch. I forgot I was cooking it. So this is the applicator. So you put these 2 tubes in here. I mean, I feel like Rambo with this thing. These 2 plungers. Push it out. It goes very fast. And there's a little adjusting, a little getting used to it. Do you use reference photos? Man, I've been a professional chainsaw carver full time now for over 10 years. And I've been carving for over 20 years off and on. So depending on what it is, yeah, I mean, I do. I do. I don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't. I was trying to think like this tree in particular. Like it doesn't. We don't have like sequoias here in Tennessee, right? So this ain't going to. What are you making? We are making a tree using ethyl polystyrene, EPS, also known as styrofoam. This is going to be holding a coaster up, or make it look like it's holding a roller coaster up here in town. So this is one of 5, and it's the smallest one. So, but like with the EPS carving, it's a little different than wood, right? Because you got to carve deeper, because you lose some when you apply all your hardeners and stuff to it. You lose a lot of detail. So I'm going to add a barking texture kind of sporadically. So I kind of want it looking standing dead. In this tree, like you want it to have character, you know. I didn't want like a fairy tale-ish tree, you know what I mean? Like wanting something a little more realistic. And then this was just like a test piece, so I just took some expanding foam, tried a couple different techniques and different things. just to see how this would look. And what we'll be doing is applying it throughout. And there'll be some bare spots. There'll be some bark spots. And we'll come back and sand this down and give it like really cool, like a maybe more like a piney bark look to it. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Like all this is like, I mean, honestly, if you've done stuff like that, this is just a form. You know, it's only a 1.5 pound density, so it's not really like a structural type foam. But the hard coat will pull it all together, and so I think this sanded down, you know, where you have like instead of the bubbliness of it, be more flat. It'll pull together good, and then we'll paint it. And we'll add some mossiness to it, and all kinds of stuff. Nice work. How long until you get paint on it? Do you do long form videos? This has been a long form video. Last week, that's all I've done. Let's just put it on live because I'm working. I figured come chit chat with everybody. And then what I did this morning was I did a bear the other day. It was a 2-part thing, and just quickly edited it together to make like a little 1-minute video out of it. And so I'm finding I like the long form videos better. Instead of like working and recording, moving cameras around, I can just do this, and then I can just edit it afterwards because I'm not really an editor. I'm gonna get an actual camera though. I'm using one of my phones, which in one of the videos, you know, it looks all right on my tablet, but like on my computer and stuff, it didn't look a little pixelated. So I've been looking at those. But yeah, this is a first for me. This is the very first foam tree I've ever made, and then the bears that we did, it's the very first time we ever did that. And so I think I got pictures. Honestly, I don't even know what's it all made of. You know, essentially styrofoam is a brand name, but ethyl polystyrene, EPS foam, and then we'll use an epoxy hardener and stuff like that. It's expensive, so none of the products are cheap. The styrofoam came from Maryland. The epoxy came from Wisconsin. So there's a few moving parts in there. And, you know, we did the whole package deal. So I'd have to break it down. You can email us or whatever if you're interested in something. Let me know. I'll come up with a price for you. But not cheap. Not cheap at all. So from here, like I said, we can add, we can subtract, we can bring out a little branch if we wanted to. We can dig out some holes. I'm really wanting to add a little bear popping out, you know, like he's inside the tree. Let me see. Let me grab the paper so I can kind of show you guys the design that we did. Man, I burnt my lunch so bad. Oh yeah, not even edible. I cooked quick. All right. So this is our projects. This is how our proposals look. And so from here we'll have project specifics, kind of a breakdown of everything, different examples of stuff that we've done in the past. Different commercial jobs we've done in the past. And then we get into like the proposed carving. So this is 1 entryway. We've already delivered that bear. And this is kind of what we're working on down here. I think the next page. Okay. So this one over here is the one we're working on right now. So you can see we just kind of created like this mountain scene. There's a Papa Bear. He's already delivered. Mama Bear's delivered. Bears are delivered. Beehives are delivered. So we're when we get this up there, we're gonna have to make some adjustments and some stuff like this. Can I do a monkey like 3 foot? Yeah, probably. We mainly do wood carving, so depends on what you're looking for, where you're putting it. The styrofoam is more of a commercial use, but we have used it for residential pieces as well, which is a little contradictory, but weirdly enough, the styrofoam is probably 3 or 4 times more expensive than wood. But just shoot me an email. Our email's on there. And then we'll find a pose and all that stuff. I mean, 3 foot, depending on what it's doing. I mean, it could really range. And then like the detail side, when you get into carving, you're wanting something ultra realistic, or you're wanting a happy medium, something a little more cartoonish. I mean, it could range anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000, just depending on pose. And I mean, you want every fine hair in there and stuff like that. I haven't looked at a monkey in a while, so I'm just kind of shoot from the hip there. This whole project was well into the 6 figures, so which seems like a lot, but cost materials was a little more than I thought. So, which we should do okay on it. But it's more exciting. Like, I mean, when's the last time I've never made an 8-foot tree out of styrofoam? So, we're a little delayed, but we're making progress. Cool. Thank you. Really busy. Yeah, no, appreciate it. Our shop's in Tennessee, so like I said, link to the Facebook page. You can message us, email us, call us, whatever. What do you guys think? I mean, should we add a bear to it? I think you probably need to scoop some of this stuff up. I definitely want. Maybe we can. The only thing that's bothering me about this on the bottom side is it's still a little square. But I think if we add just, maybe another foot off the side here and kind of taper this down, I give the roots something pretty cool. And then I just don't know what size is going to be the front facing side yet. So that's what I've been looking at. Because they all have it's all got a little different character. I think if I made one of the corners down here towards the front, it would look less squarey if you're looking right at it. But also, like I said, I think if we add some pieces to the side here, so I have about 6 inches to work in, 6 to 8 inches of material to work on the outside, because we're going to hollow out the inside. So when we get everything done, we're actually going to cut it in half, hollow it out, glue it back together on the pole there. So I'm thinking this is a cool angle here. Maybe we add a piece here, and we can make a little bear popping up over here. Man, I'll tell you from a little further distance. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the lighting as well. How busy are you? Um, we're pretty stacked up. Um, I mean, I have projects in the next year. I got projects that are a few years long. But if we have a little bit of patience, we could fit it in if we want to. What made you get in this type of work? That's a good question. Man, I started in high school. My uncle was a carver. My dad and I moved up from Florida to Tennessee. That's pretty much a very condensed version, but first started, did off and on for a little bit, left for the Army, got back, worked full time, different jobs. Never knew what I really wanted to do, or I bounced around a lot. So like every typical 22-year-old, you know, moved around a lot. And another very long story short, I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, selling motorcycles 3 days a week, 4 days a week, about 3.5, 4 hours from here. And I'd come back to Tennessee 3 days a week. So every week I was driving back and forth. And I made a piece for a lady from Chicago. And that was kind of like, oh, I need to get back to Tennessee. I love Tennessee. So, you know, I was always nervous to carve full time for a living. We've been, God's blessed us in so many different ways, and not just selling stuff or any of that stuff. It's just been an amazing reach of meeting people and able to give back in many different ways. So it's been an amazing journey. Old testimony in itself. And so was working full time, carving part time. And when I get off work here, I would not here. A job that I had here in Tennessee, I go carve. And then yeah, that piece for that lady from Chicago. I said it meant so much to her, she cried. And then I honestly quit my job the next day. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I guess we're gonna do this for a living. And so you know, worked for family for a while, and I always just kind of wanted to do my own thing. I guess it's probably like the artist in me, right? Like that. And so I had an opportunity pop up, and my family was super supportive, and found this place here and started out in a little pop-up tent on the side of the road with a chainsaw and a grinder and a lot of support and love from people. And now I got pieces all over the world and every piece of equipment I could ever imagine. Like it's I forget about those things, you know. So like when I'm talking about it, like, man, everything's come so far. So it's been a cool journey. A lot of work. A lot of work, but it's been awesome. So hopefully that answers your question. But I love it. It's always challenging. Always something new, you know. So it's been cool. The styrofoam is fun, but man, it makes a mess, and it's not like the same mess as wood. So, but the nice thing about it, what I love about it, is like it's such big chunks, it's like such a big blank canvas to work with. Yeah, I always tell everybody that get into carving, like you could start. I keep staring at my tablet. I got it on my tablet as I'm reading your questions. And you can start with a bar of soap and a butter knife and just learn to whittle and learn the shapes, and then you can move into basswoods or softer woods and get into power tools later on, or just dive right into it. You know, pieces are gonna evolve and evolve and evolve and evolve, and it's exciting, it's frustrating, it's fun. It's like all the emotions, but honestly, it saved my life. And so, a lot of therapy. You know what I mean? Like, it just the whole world disappears. Spend time with God, get to spend time with myself, have these thoughts. Yeah, you'll see some of these videos and stuff. I'll just get quiet for a while and I'll just get lost from everything. Everything goes away. So important. So important to have that. And a lot of times, like, the business side gets in the way. But I've been carving pretty heavily the last couple of weeks. So everything's just felt like just so nice. And I keep walking to my office. I just had these little pizzas I made, but I'm getting a little hungry. It just smells like burnt pizza. Ugh. So believe it or not, this is the fastest part of the process, because the finish work, I don't know if I really want to sand this. The finish work is the tricky part of all this. I don't think we need to. I'm just trying to get rid of some of these. Keeper spots. Did I have a bear in this? What you do? You could do a sports car, put it in on a frame. Yeah, I know we could do. I'm a Mustang guy. I got a Mustang myself, but I guess we could do other sports cars. No, we just had raccoons attached to it. I think what I'm gonna do. I think it really needs a little bear. That's cool thing is carving. I mean, literally, it's unlimited. We got lasers, we got CNC machines, we got sawmills, we have chainsaws and hot knives and welders, and like, you might not, wood carving might not be your thing, but it's going to open up so much. And there's so many dynamics. There's painting. There's so much within like the carving world that just keeps me anyway. I don't want to say entertained, but keeps you going. I mean, the business side kicks in. I don't like it, but part of the process. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go get some lunch because I am hungry. I'm going to drag this outside, and then start from everywhere. I'm going to drag this outside, pick this up, bring this back in, and I'll hop back on here in a little bit, probably about a couple hours or so. And let the phone charge up and all that stuff. So, again, my name's Bob. It's Fat Bob's Wood Co. I did put some links. My Mustang guy also have a 79 Cobra through to all black. Hey man, that's my brother-in-law's got. I think his is 72. I got a mine's newer. I got a 2019 Bullet edition. And we're part of this little Smoky Mountain Stangs, like a little Mustang club here. And I say little, but there's thousands of people that are in it. But we actually do like a Mustang show here once a year, and the roads here are phenomenal. So yeah, it's actually my first Mustang. I was an import guy for a long time, and my buddy and I, we have the Tail of the Dragon, which is a really good road around here, real famous road. We'd go do that, and then his car one day just like got tired of it, and so he bought a Corvette, and I had a Toyota at the time, and so just nothing sounds like a V8. It just makes me so happy. It's such a fun car. But I blew the tire out. I made a delivery a couple weeks ago. To actually a buddy of mine in the Mustang Club, and it was a beautiful day here. And I was like, oh, I'll take back roads. I had to go quote a job and do some other things, and yep, blew the front tire out. So I got tires ordered, and I'll park it for the winter time. So I'm gonna clean it up real good and bring it to the house and cover it up for the winter. So, but anyway, yeah, I'll hop back on here in a couple hours. I'm gonna let this gas off a little bit. Is what they say. So when you carve in the foam, there's like internal gases that are built up. So I guess what I'll do. This was like where I carved everything out of originally. So it's my little gallery here, and then we built these workspace sheds / office over here. So I'm gonna stick this tree, I think. Well, I'll show you real quick, I guess. I got you. I'm in the Appalachian Mountains, West Virginia. Just moved here from Colorado. Oh, you're not too far. I'm in Sevierville, which is right by Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. There it is. Yeah. So that's typically what we do. Just some carvings, and then got Eric and Vander as well. Do custom signs, and this is our little shop. So let me I'm gonna move this tree real quick. I'm just gonna stick it right there for right now. I'm gonna look real strong. And after I eat, I'm gonna take some time and clean up all this mess in here. I'll tell you what, these things aren't heavy. Oh, that means it's not light. But it is awkward. Easy, girl. Just looking at it in a little more natural light. Yeah, definitely gonna add some roots and stuff coming out the bottom. Break up that square squariness. It's really good, big piece of property. Yeah. Yeah, we have I say we, but that's the best barbecue in town over here. Bustin' Butts Barbecue. And then there's a farmer's market in there. There's Christmas trees, but I'll give you a quick tour while I get down here. So I built this building a few years ago, and I think next year I'm gonna tear it down. I don't know. I'm quite sure yet. So this is wood carving. These pumpkins. These are foam. So this is with the hard coat sprayed on top of it. That was just kind of learning, testing piece. Yeah, one of my guys' shop I built for him. This was for another guy, but ended up making it my little office area. And then we have our makeshift kiln out back here for all our slabs. The sawmill sitting over there. Some more blocks of foam. This was we used this for some demos a while back, and it's just been sitting for a while. So I just decided to put all our slabs in there. Excuse me. Be a nice place to dry everything out. And this is our side neck building. Still got to finish them up, but put our CNC in here. A laser machine, stuff like that. So do a lot of custom signs, commercial, a lot of short-term rentals here. So well, that's the property. So I'm gonna go grab some lunch, like I said, and then I'm gonna fill up about 50 bags of garbage with all this stuff in here, and give us a nice blank canvas to start over on. We'll bring that back in here. I'm gonna let that off gas a little bit, and I'm gonna run some plaster on it. See how that does. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey so far. Yeah, I'll hop back on in a little bit. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll see you in a couple hours.